Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us tonight. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is the last session of this fair for the evening, but there will be more sessions in a couple weeks, so please be sure to sign up at the same website in which you registered for tonight. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Carolinas. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter of the evening, West Virginia University.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Madeline Ryan, and I am the regional recruiter for West Virginia University, and I'm based in Charlotte, so pretty close to some of you. I'm just going to be sharing my screen. So you can actually see a picture of our Morgantown campus, but the WVU system is part of a university system. So we have 3 distinct campuses across the state of West Virginia. We have different admissions offices, separate campuses, and different majors that are offered at each of the 3 campuses. So we encourage you to go to the websites of each of the different campuses and learn a little bit more. We have our West Virginia University Institute of Technology in Beckley, West Virginia, so the closest to you in the southern part of the state, our West Virginia University Potomac State College in Kaiser, West Virginia, and I'm one of the admissions counselors for our West Virginia University campus in Morgantown, which is our flagship campus. So our Morgantown campus is located in north central West Virginia. It's about 6 hours from New York, and we're 6 hours from Charlotte and about 5 hours from Winston-Salem if you're going to be driving, and about an hour drive from the Pittsburgh airport if you're flying into campus. So our Morgantown campus is described as a college town with a small city feel. We have a lot of activity going on, and then our location surrounded by the mountains and by rivers really allows our students to get involved in camping, canoeing, hiking, and whitewater rafting through our Adventure West Virginia program. You can also see there we participate in the Big 12 NCAA Division I athletics. So we have 18 athletic teams that are playing, and our students and fans from across the country really enjoy coming and cheering on our Mountaineers. We have 27,000 students on our Morgantown campus from all 50 states and 118 different countries. So you can hear about 100 different languages spoken on campus, and we're very proud to be one of the top 3, a university within the top 3% of universities worldwide. You can see that our students are earning distinguished scholarships. They are going on to be recruited by some of the top Fortune 500 companies. You can see some of them listed there, and they're getting involved in undergraduate research, studying abroad, you name it, they're really kind of being pioneers in their field. So experiential learning is important to us. We are actually one of 130 institutions categorized as an R1 research institution by the Carnegie Foundation. So you can get involved in research as early as the summer before your freshman year. And this is research in both the STEM and non-STEM fields. Or maybe you're interested in the health sciences. You can participate in one of our 3 schools and earn 1,100 hours of clinicals right there at our Rubin Memorial Hospital, which is a level 1 trauma center hospital. Or maybe you're interested in, you want to join one of our student project teams. You can compete both nationally and internationally as a member of our team. So I'll talk a little bit about our admissions process at this time. The application opens the summer before your senior year. So you actually can apply using our online application or the Common App. We don't have a preference for either. And essays and letters of recommendation are not required or considered. We want to see the courses that you've taken in high school, how well you've done in those courses. We did adopt a test optional policy this year, and we're looking to make this a permanent change in future years. So you can decide if you'd like to send in test scores. You can apply to one of our 14 schools and colleges listed here as an incoming freshman. Maybe you have multiple areas of interest. You want to add on a second major or a minor. A good majority of our students will double major, add on a minor. You can also come in as undecided, or what we call our exploratory pathway. Start that first year, work with your advisor, look at your current skill set, your areas of interest, and then later declare after a full year of courses. So these are some of our unique majors highlighted here. We do have the #1 forensic and investigative science program in the country and the largest crime scene training complex. So you can see the different tracks that you can choose. And then we have great partnerships with the FBI. There's a headquarters about 30 miles from campus, so the agents come, they work with our students, and those internships often turn into full-time job opportunities. I'll also highlight our 3+3 law program, which is a fast track program. Students can go on and complete their first year of their law courses the same year they're completing their senior year of their bachelor's program. Then at the bottom, you see some of our sport and media majors. Again, you're getting to work with our Big 12 Division I athletes, their athletic trainers, their management staff. You can work as the videographer or a photographer. So again, great ways to earn that experiential learning. We would love to connect with you. We did reopen our visitor centers. We have 2 visitor centers on campus. You can also join us for virtual programming. If you go to admissions.wvu.edu/visit, you can learn more about how to connect with us. And then, like I said, my name is Madeline Ryan and I'm your admissions counselor. I will drop my information in the chat, but I'd love to answer any additional questions that you might have. Thank you again and have a good evening.
Thank you, Madeline. Next up, we're going to hear from Queen's University of Charlotte.
Thank you, Kelsey. Hey, everyone. Let me just share my screen quickly. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Allie Glover. I'm an admission counselor at Queen's University of Charlotte, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you have not been to Charlotte, you are in for a treat. Charlotte is the 15th largest city in the United States. We're the 2nd best city for business. We're the 4th fastest growing job market. We're ranked 6th in terms of overall happiness also. So we have a lot going for us. If you haven't been able to see our campus, this is us. And so right here is the campus of Queens, and then 2.5 miles up the road is the Charlotte City skyline. So I think it's sort of the best of both worlds, because because I think that you're able to feel like you're on this small, quaint, and intimate and yeah, so you're able to feel like you're at this small school, but everything that the city has to offer is a less than 10-minute drive. So we have an NFL team, we have an NBA team, we have concerts, there's museums, food, art, all of that just right in your backyard. As far as being on our campus, so our total student body is roughly 2,400. Is roughly 2,400 students, and that allows us to have an average class size of 16, and all of our classes are capped at 25. And so all of our students come from 35 states as well as 23 countries. So you're able to be in the classroom with folks that are not like you, right? And so I feel like that really lends to a diverse experience in the classroom. So we have 42 majors and 63 minors. Our most popular majors would be business, as well as business psychology and our nursing school. But we have all types of majors here. We have interior architecture and design, there's sport management, there is music therapy, right? Wide range of majors. But we want to make sure that you don't just learn in, so we are trying to make sure that you're not just learning in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. And so experiential learning and international experiences are very important to us. We are ranked in the top 20 of all study abroad programs of all programs in the entire country. We have partnerships with over 55 various countries. Over 2/3 of our students will go to some other country. And part of why it's so popular is because it's built into the cost of Queens. So all of those programs range anywhere from 2 weeks to a full year. We have academic trips, service trips, language immersion trips, international internships to China and France, wide range of opportunities. some examples of where our students have gone. Up in the top right-hand corner, those students went to the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Kaylee in the bottom right-hand corner, she actually traveled to 14 countries while at Queens. And then Lydia Drakeford, she's on the left-hand side. She was in Africa. And so something that's important to us is that every student is able to experience a wide range of things here, right? And so, for example, so Lydia was able to study abroad. She also had 2 majors, and she did 4 internships while at Queens. And so that leads me into our internship program. Just because, yes, college is important, but it's important to make sure that you're going to do well after college as well, right? So that's why we actually are going to require 100% of our students to complete some type of an internship. And we found that works really well. For our class of 2019, 97% of them have a job or they either have a job or are in grad school. But the number I think is that's most important is that 93% of our grads are doing something that's what they really want to do, right? And so we've had students that have interned with the Blumenthal Art Center, with the Carolina Panthers, with Habitat for Humanity, Carolina Raptor Center, all over the city as well as the country. So it's also important that y'all have fun here. We have over 70 clubs and organizations. We are a D2 school as well. We have 20 national championships. And so if you want to participate in, so you can participate in that. There are academic clubs. We have Greek life, spiritual life, wide range of things to participate in. So if you want to apply, our application is always free. We have been test optional for about 3 years now, and every student is considered for scholarships. And so we are offering, so we have in-person as well as virtual visits every Monday through Saturday. And if you have any additional questions, you can always contact us at admissions.edu. Thank you all.
Thank you, Allie. Next up, we are going to go to Greensboro College.
Hello, everybody. My name is Justin Kimball, and I'm a admissions counselor here at Greensboro College. Appreciate you all coming to hang out with us counselors on a Thursday afternoon. A little bit about Greensboro College. We are a small liberal arts college in the center of North Carolina, specifically the Greensboro area. And if you know where Charlotte is with our representative earlier just now, we are about an hour and a half from Charlotte, and we're about an hour and a half from Raleigh. So we are really smack dab in the middle of North Carolina. Not only that, our campus is located in the downtown area of Greensboro. So a lot of our students love the dynamic that creates with our smaller campus, where you can go out and explore the city and be a part of the festivals and get internships and go to concerts at the Coliseum and do the NCAA tournament and all this stuff. And you can have that whole experience. But when you come back to campus, you have a familiar feel of this college space where you could feel comfortable and the people around it and your professors and teachers and stuff. So it's really important that we have that dynamic, because I think a lot of students love that aspect of Greensboro. And then it even breaks down even further than that with our class size. Roughly, Greensboro College has about 1,000 students enrolled in any given year. So we really pride ourselves on creating that personalized experience for students, where student faculty ratio is going to be 9-to-1, and your average class size is going to be 12. And what that means is that professor is going to know your name. They're going to know your major. They're probably going to know your position out on the soccer field, and they really get to know you as a person. So that way, you know that your time spent at Greensboro College, you're going to get the most out of your time. And so that's what we really pride ourselves on. All our professors here are trained in UDL, which is the Universal Design of Learning, which means that they are going to take your personal learning experiences into account and help you understand the material, whether you are a good test taker, whether you are a good visual learner, whether you are a audio or video learner as well. Whatever it is, our professors are trained to actually teach you all this curriculum while you're at Greensboro College. Not only that, we have a lot going on our campus, even though we are smaller than normal colleges. Our popular majors include theater, business, education, biology, and exercise sports studies. By all means, we have 38 different majors, so you can expand out of those if you would like, but these are the ones that are most popular for our students. I know there are some new additions coming in the coming years. One of them is the environmental science and preservation major, as well as a esports and media major as well. So we are constantly expanding with students, learning from them, and providing some programs that they can really develop around. Not only that, on the other side, we do have a lot of sports involvement on campus. I believe 63% of our students are student athletes. And so we have a lot of our students come in for sports like football and basketball, tennis, soccer, lacrosse, all these different sports. And we are in the NCAA Division 3 USA South division. So if you are interested in playing a sport at the collegiate level, all you have to do is let us know, and we actually get you in contact with that coach. So that way you can introduce yourself, learn more about the program here, and see if they have a good spot for you on their team. Not only that, we also have a lot of different programs on campus that are student-led organizations. We really focus on students having a voice while on campus. So a lot of these organizations are self-run by the students with supervision from either a professor or staff member. Some of these include outspoken groups, like we have the Pride of the Pride, which is our LGBTQ represent. We also have a Religious Life, which is our community garden, which they like to do donations to local charities around the city. We also have the Sankofa Center. So if you are want a voice for specifically African-American students that get more scholarship opportunities through there, that really have a voice for social justice, we have a group on campus for that as well. And all these groups our students are very, very passionate about. So on that end, my job is to help you guys with the admissions side of Greensboro. We try to make our admissions process as clean, simple as possible for you guys. So application fees, don't worry about it. It's completely free to apply to Greensboro College. We also have open rolling admissions. That means that you can apply at any time before the fall semester starts. So you could apply a week before. I don't recommend it because it'll take a lot of work, but that is something that we make sure that students always have the opportunity to come to Greensboro College. If you are applying to Greensboro, all we require are 3 things. That is your actual application on the website, that is sending in your high school transcript, and then that is sending in your SAT or ACT score, which all of these things can be emailed directly to us at the admissions team, and we can confirm on the spot, like, yep, got your email, we'll put it in your application, and we can start moving forward with the next steps. Also with financial aid, we will offer different merit scholarship, grants, loans. If you are in North Carolina, we have a couple of North Carolina-based scholarships that we'll take from your information as well. And so that comes with your acceptance. And of course, if you have any questions specifically about that process, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Justin. You can reach me at admissions@greensboro.edu or call on the phone number below. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll hopefully see you on campus.
Thank you, Justin. Next up, we're going to go to Sacred Heart University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sacred Heart University. I'm a Thanks, Kels. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah Kolaski. I'm one of the regional directors of admissions for Sacred Heart University. Sacred Heart is a mid-sized Catholic university located in Fairfield, Connecticut. We're just an hour and a half outside of New York City and about 2.5 hours to Boston. We're on the train line, so public transit's really easy to navigate around. We're near all major airports. We're 20 minutes away from the beach. So we're kind of in a little bit kind of in this quintessential New England college town with a lot going on. We're also located in the third most concentrated area of Fortune 500 companies. So students looking for those internship opportunities, those are readily available in our backyard as well. We're sort of a hybrid of liberal arts meets career education. So while we do allow students the flexibility to have the exploration during their time here at Sacred Heart, there are a lot of programs that have either a direct entry, accelerated, or combined graduate opportunity. We are recognized by Forbes for our highest rated return on investment for students. So if you're looking at any sort of higher learning, we see about 40% of our student body come back for a grad program on campus. And usually students are getting that priority consideration in the process, sometimes even qualifying for those assistantships, so paying those master's years forward. As the name mentions, we are a Catholic university, but we don't have any religious requirements for our students. It's completely to the discretion of what the student wants in terms of their spiritual and religious relationship. We were the first lay-led Catholic university in the world, so really giving us the autonomy with the curriculum and of all kind of the big takeaway with the faith itself, community service is probably what students are most involved in. Of all the clubs and activities that we do have on campus, Habitat for Humanity is our largest student-run club. So virtually everyone is involved in some aspect of service. We're in a really pivotal growth phase right now. We are growing in our programs all across the board, facilities on campus, and just in terms of overall success. We're most notably known for our health professions, so direct entry nursing. We have a doctorate of physical therapy, occupational therapy, athletic training. Those are our highest rated programs on campus, but we have a top 5% of internationally accredited business schools in the world. We're top 20 in the country for performing arts, community service, and game design. So we're really looking to branch out in a lot of different areas to provide what the modern student needs in terms of that success. We have high success rates on all of the NCLEX boards exams that students need to take in order to move on to their respective profession, well above the national average. And in the last 5 years, we've had a 99% job placement rate within 6 months to a year of graduation. So our students are really successful once they do leave campus. They're getting those jobs and making that path for themselves. As I mentioned, in the last 7 years, we've had 14 new buildings introduced to campus. So we have a lot of new dining options, dormitories. We added new facilities, whether it's athletic. We have our WSU public radio station on campus. The newest thing that we broke ground on in this past week is our Martiri family ice hockey arena, which will be set to be completed by 2023. So again, furthering our growth within our ice hockey programs, both varsity and club. One thing I do want to highlight a little bit more is just our acquisition of GE's former headquarters, which is the top middle picture here. That is now home to our College of Business and Technology. So my undecided engineers, you have the opportunity to work with state-of-the-art facilities, artificial intelligence labs, game design labs, an 11,000 square foot maker space. We have a Verizon iHub on campus, so it kind of works like a WeWork space for students who have those internship opportunities. They can just rent space right on campus through the company that they're working for. And finally, I just want to provide a little bit of our application process. These are our deadlines. We are on the common application. We just ask for a transcript and a letter of recommendation. We are test optional for all of our programs, including our nursing program, which is our most competitive. If you are looking to send something in instead of those scores, you can see kind of the ranges of what we do expect if you'd like to send them. Please reach out to myself or my colleague, Kim, who will be your direct point of contact. I will put her information in the chat at the end of the presentation. Feel free to reach out for an interview. We are open for visits on campus, so you're more than welcome to come as long as you fulfill like the requirements that we do have in terms of the COVID restrictions. But students are automatically considered for merit scholarships. 93% of students receive some sort of financial aid. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Sarah. Next up, we're going to go to St. Andrews University.
Let me grab a screen here. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. Thank you for joining us this Thursday afternoon. My name is Debbie Vale. I am Director of Regional Admissions here at St. Andrews University, located in Laurinburg, North Carolina. I want to get started by telling you a little bit about where we're located. I doubt very many of you have heard of Laurinburg, North Carolina, but I bet you've heard of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're about an hour and 15 minutes from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're about a 3.5-hour drive from Asheville, North Carolina. So what we love to say is you can be skiing on Saturday in the ocean and skiing in the mountains on Sunday if you so choose to do so. So let's get started and tell you a little bit more about St. Andrews. We have 3 different campuses, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I do want to tell you a little bit about what we have on our main campus in Laurinburg and what we look like. Our students come from over 35, God, I can't even talk tonight, excuse me, over 35 states and 26 countries. They come for international business, they come for academics, they come for athletics. We do have over 27 NAIA teams. We have over 20 clubs and organizations that are all student started and student led. I think as Greensboro mentioned earlier, just grab that advisor and start that club. If we don't have it, we want you to start it. We do have over 22 majors and 22 minors. Some of our new majors are RN to BSN program, Health Services Administration, Occupational Therapy Assisting, as well as one of our fun new ones is physical therapy and leading into a doctoral program. So we're excited about our new health services programs. We do have a 14-to-1 student faculty ratio. So at any given time, you can touch base with one of those professors. Sometimes you only have 1 or 2 students in the class, and we do cap them as well at about 20 students. One thing that we love to talk about is our equestrian team. I don't know if we have any riders on tonight, but we do have 5 equestrian teams. 3 of those teams are nationally ranked. We service students from literally 35 countries on our equestrian teams. So we have the novice rider as well as the more advanced rider. We'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. What I do want to bring to your attention is our St. Andrews campuses. Our main campus is our residential campus in Laurinburg, North Carolina. That is our traditional campus where you come, dorms, students, athletics, football team, all the fun things that you look forward to as that senior in high school. There's where we also have the 22 majors and the 22 minor options, as well as the 27 varsity athletic programs, including esports this year. Yes, esports is a huge program at St. Andrews. What we also offer, which is a little bit different than some schools are doing now, is we're offering how do you want to learn? How do you learn the best? Do you want 100% online? You would get that coming into our St. Andrews University campus at Sand Hills that's located in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Any golfers out there? It's a good draw, but this location is 100% online, or it can be hybrid. It is a non-traditional in the sense that we do not have dorms on this campus. It is strictly a flexible schedule up to what you want to do. We work very closely with working adults on this campus. So you can mix and match your classes on our Sand Hills location any way that fits your working schedule. We also have a campus in Charlotte, NC. We've just opened that one within the past semester. It is very unique, and that is 1 class a month. Yes, you heard me right. You will take 1 class every month. At the end of the month, you complete that class and start a different one. That one is in seat on the Charlotte campus. So it's a new, unique, and it fit way of learning, and it fits what you need as a student. A lot of our students are working adults that are in these two programs. So I'd just like to throw that out as well. Getting back to our equestrian program, I think this is our call to fame. This is what most people know. When I say St. Andrews University of North Carolina, the first thing they'll say is, horses, yes. And as I said, we do have 5 competing teams. 3 are nationally ranked: the Western team, the dressage team, and the hunter seat team. Over 200 of our students do ride. Saying that doesn't mean they're equestrian majors, although they can major in equestrian. Maybe they want that pre-med major with an equestrian athletic program attached to that major. Maybe they want to major in therapeutic horsemanship, minor in equine business, and also minor in psychology. We have a lot of students that go that route. So keep in mind, you can come to St. Andrews and ride competitively, take it as a PE class, or just go out and have fun with the horses. We do own over 100 horses and have about 300 acres of riding. We want you to apply online, www.sa.edu. It is a free application, as some of our other schools are doing, and we need that transcript. So everyone, please feel free to apply. Please visit. We are open for visits, and we are virtual. Hope to see you guys on campus soon. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Debbie. And last but not least, we are going to hear from the University of Connecticut.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you for having us. And I am just going to share my screen real quick for you. Everybody can see that. All righty. So my name is Dan Teague. I'm an admission officer at the University of Connecticut. I'm also the territory manager for the Southeast. So I would be your go-to contact if you have any questions or concerns after today. Just going to breeze through some information real quick about the university. So we are a top 25 public university, also identified as a Research 1 university. We're the flagship state university within Connecticut, founded in 1881. Nearly 24,000 students across 5 campuses. We'll be focusing on Storrs today, but we do have 4 regional campuses situated throughout the state as well. So as I said, Storrs is our main campus. Yukon Hartford, Waterbury, Avery Point, and Stamford as well. The only other one that offers housing is Stamford down in Fairfield County with our friends in Sacred Heart. But as you can see, it's kind of located right in the heart of New England. We're very close to a lot of large metropolitan areas. So we're about an hour and a half from Providence, roughly an hour and a half from Boston, and about 2.5 hours from New York City, while being about 30 minutes from the capital of Hartford in Connecticut. So a lot of opportunity, and basically anywhere in Connecticut that you go, you probably can find something relating to the University of Connecticut. A little bit about our student body and where our students are coming from. So we do support a very diverse student body. While we are the flagship state university within Connecticut, we do have over a quarter of our population coming from out of state. They represent 44 out of the 50 states in the country. And then internationally, we have a 14% international population, and they come from over 90 countries across the world. So very diverse student body, allows for students to really connect with people from all over the world that very well may have the same exact interests as you. A little bit about our athletics and student life. I think this is oftentimes how folks know about us first, given that it is March and March Madness is going on. Our men just got eliminated, but our women are still going strong. But we do have a lot of other opportunities for students to get involved as well. So 23 national championships across all sports, but 700 plus student run organizations and clubs. And they range from literally everything. Athletics, my brother who went to the University of Connecticut actually helped to found the anime club. And I use that as an example just because it is such a niche interest. So similar to my colleagues who have presented before me, if there's an interest that you have, all it takes is you and a few of your classmates, and then an advisor like myself that works at the university, and you can make it happen. We do also have a club in intramural sports for students that are looking to get involved and don't want to have the D1 experience. We are an NCAA Division I institution. And we did just about a year before the pandemic began, opened up a brand new 191,000 square foot recreation center that I know students are chomping at the bit to get back and use. So a lot of opportunity for sure. But getting into academics, I think a lot of times students or parents, anybody hears about the University of Connecticut through athletics and then comes to find out that we are a very strong academic option for students. Over 115 plus majors, 320 plus minors across 10 schools and colleges. With the size of our campus, we have about 13 to 14,000 students on a normal year on campus living at stores. We still keep a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio, still a very personalized education where you can get the support that you may need. Some of our most popular programs are biological sciences and psychological sciences, as I'm sure there are in many institutions. Some of our most competitive programs, though, are housed within the School of Business, the School of Engineering, and the School of Nursing. We do also have opportunities for students to take on special programs. Any students that are interested in dentistry, medicine, law, or education. It's a coordinated curriculum where students can basically enroll as a first-year student, and as long as they're meeting all the requirements that they need to hit, they'll be able to then enroll into our graduate program to receive that professional degree after their undergrad. So for students that know that they want to go the grad school route for a professional degree, it is a really, really great option. We do also have programs for students that may not be sure what they want to study. It's called the ACES program, the Academic Center for Exploratory Students. And it allows students the first 2 years of your academics to kind of explore different programs and then meet up with your advisor and let them know what you liked, what you weren't really too excited about, and anything that you may want to try next. As long as students declare by the end of their sophomore year, they're still on pace to graduate in 4. So that's honestly over a quarter of our first year students come into ACES any given year. So definitely a very popular option. It's okay to be not sure about what you want to do. And we do also have a major where you can kind of individualize it yourself. For students that may want to attend the university and we don't have that specific major that you're looking for, you can basically grab courses from different academic programs and kind of pilot your own academic program. The most popular ones we see are international studies and then health studies. But a little bit about what we look for in your application. This is basically all we're going to look for: official transcript, essays required, letters of recommendation are optional, SAT, ACT scores are optional. We went test optional this past fall. Active application fee is $80. It can be waived through any common college board. If your counselor has a waiver, we definitely accept those. Again, just to say, we did go test optional this year, give students an opportunity to apply with or without test scores. We did that really as a result of the pandemic. And then this is our application timeline. December 1st is the priority deadline. January 15th is our regular application deadline. A few other dates there, but that is basically all I had. Oh, and there's a little snapshot of the class of incoming from last year. But thank you all so much for having me, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you to all of our panelists. I'm going to invite you all to join me to answer one last question for our audience before we close out for the evening. So if you guys could just answer in the order in which you presented, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And then we will be gone for the evening. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. Yes, this is Madeline Ryan with West Virginia University. So one of our favorite traditions on campus is the PRT cram. So that is during our welcome week, we have a monorail system called the PRT. So students actually are able to travel to around campus using the PRT. And during this tradition, students try to get the most amount of students that they can into one of these small cars. So the class of 2000, they were able to get 97 students into the one of the cars. So if you can beat 97 students, then you will be the winning class.
And one of our favorite traditions over at Queens. So right smack dab in the middle of our campus, we actually have a fountain, and so she's the goddess of knowledge. Her name is Diana. Everybody loves her, and so everyone will dress her up for really anything. So every single holiday party, she has something on. And if you want to pass your exams, if you want to pass your exams, you are actually supposed to stand in the fountain and then you're supposed to give her a kiss, which you maybe shouldn't do now because of COVID, but after everything is clean.
So I'm actually a graduate of Greensboro College. So one of the really cool traditions that we have is there is a superstition that if you walk across a certain sigil in one of our buildings, that as a senior, you wouldn't graduate on time. So a lot of students try to avoid it as much as possible. But during the graduation ceremony, we actually line every single student up in that building. And then we walk every single student across it together onto main campus and then have the ceremony right there in front on our front lawn. So I always think it's super cool that no matter what graduate you meet of Greensboro College, you're always going to have one thing in common, and that is stepping across that superstition and finally being done with your diploma.
Nice. So I actually want to talk about an event that happened this semester, just because Sacred Heart, that like all the different clubs on campus have their own traditions and values that they kind of take advantage of throughout the year. But given that it was a little bit of an atypical year, we actually froze our courtyard, like this is right in the middle of campus, and turned it into an ice rink. So our students were able to sign up. It was a nice social distance event. You could kind of select a time slot and just kind of give a little bit of a relief on campus and have a little fun. So that was one of my favorite events this year.
Hello again. Let's see if I can talk this time. My favorite tradition at St. Andrews is graduation. And everybody's thinking, why graduation? With a name like St. Andrews, of course, our mothership is in Scotland. And our graduation class is led across campus so all the parents can see them. And our band plays. And our band is a little unique in that it is a pipe band. So they are led in by bagpipes with the full regalia on. So it's pretty cool to see bagpipes on a foggy morning in Laurinburg, North Carolina.
So at UConn, we have something called Huskython, and it's a year-long philanthropic student-run event where we basically raise funds for the Connecticut Children's Hospital. It culminates in an 18-hour dance-a-thon on campus where we have patients from the Connecticut Children's Hospital come by. Again, this is fully student-run. We've taken it from, I think in 2000 when it started, they raised, I think, about $13,500, which is still pretty great. But in the last few years, we've been able to raise over $1.5 million with that event. And a lot of that obviously is going straight to the Connecticut Children's Hospital nonprofit. About 170 children's hospitals across the country. And we're just very proud of the work that our students do within the state. Obviously, there's tons of great traditions on campus, but that's probably the one that I'm most proud of.
Thank you all so much for sharing. And thank you, panelists, for taking time to present to our students and families this evening. And for those watching, thank you for joining us. When you close out of this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.